Hello guys, Fidel here. Welcome back. So it has been a while since I uploaded a video on my channel, but I am back, and of course I do have a number of videos lined up for you guys that I'm going to be uploading that are related to trading psychology, related to risk management, and like some important factors that that concerns traders, you know. But so thought I should start um, by uploading a video that is related to choosing a best pairs or best pair to focus on, because a few weeks ago I did announce that I was gonna be focusing on British pound, US dollar, um, GBP USD, I beg your pardon. And some of you requested me to make a video on how you go about selecting a pair to focus on, and I thought I should make a video, guys, just before I start sharing with you about psychology, about risk management, and about acquiring capital through prop firms. I thought I should share with you a little why you should be selective on the pairs that you are focusing on. Now, the first thing that you put into consideration when you are selecting a pair is the type of trader you are. I give you an example. If you are a swing trader, you are trying to catch a larger, a bigger movement in the market, and that means you're going to be focusing on the higher time frames. And now, if you are focusing on the higher time frames, it means that it's possible to go for weeks without a setup. And you could catch one setup once in a month or in 2 months, because your focus is on the higher time frame. And now, to have the chances of getting a setup, you know, so frequently, you've got to focus, to a number of pairs, maybe 3, 4, or 5. And when I started trading, actually, with my first mentor, he used to tell us that anything that moves, you can trade it. And that means we're focusing on all the pairs, including crypto. But then, focusing on all pairs, it was a challenge for me, because while I was looking at the British pound, the Euro USD was making a better setup, and whilst I'm looking at GBP JPY, GBP USD was getting a setup. You find that by the time I finish 3 pairs, analyzing 3 pairs, a trading session is almost closing, and my mind is tired, and I couldn't focus. And that is why, and since we are trading concepts that are time based, meaning that we enter the markets, we look for the setups at a specific time in a trading session. And now, coming back to what I said, that you need to recognize the type of trader you are. If you are a swing trader, you focus on the higher time frame, and you're going to be getting fewer setups per month. That means you've got to have a number of pairs, a good number of pairs, at least 5 and above. But then if you are a scalper, I see no reason to focus on multiple pairs, because as a scalper, you are going in and out of the market so fast. And that's why I believe that you have to pick the pairs that have the lowest spread. And by that, I mean currencies like the British pound, USD, Euro USD. These pairs have the lowest spreads, and most scalpers focus on these two uh, these two pairs, because I see no reason of you being a scalper and you are focusing on pairs like CAD JPY. You are focusing on like on GBP NSD. Like GBP NSD has the what, it has the highest spreads. Like if you check it, it has really high spreads. CHF JPY high spreads. So I think that after you know the type of trader you are, you get to know the pairs that suits your your trading style. Now, it's not because your trading style cannot be used to trade any market, but you cannot afford to concentrate on all markets for uh, I mean, just for the betterment of having a good focus and for the betterment of your mind has to be at ease always as a trader. When you get to a level whereby you cannot focus, you're going to be making mistakes over and over and over. So you've got to develop yourself into a trader whereby your mind is always at ease and your heart is always at peace. Never forget that. Now, my trading style, I can trade anything that moves for you. But since I'm a time-based trader, why would I be focusing on all these pairs? I mean, you sabotage yourself. Look at this uh, 24 in here. There's no way I could focus on all these. Analyzing each pair, that's so hard. That's so hard. So now, the third, so I said about knowing the type of trader you are, um, your trading style, and now let me talk about knowing or understanding the pair you are trading. So another aspect is that you need to know the pair you are trading. It's true your style can be used to trade all the markets, but it's also true that all markets do not move the same way. I can assure you that all markets can be traded, but they do not move the same way. GBP USD is one of the most trending markets that I know. If this is on the daily, if I zoom in, you can see when it was bearish, it was trending pretty well. You can see that it was trending pretty well. And if you check Euro USD, we had a bit of consolidations, but then overall, you can see that the market has been trending big, making bigger moves. So if you check, um, for instance, let me check Euro NSD. Uh, you can see the differences. It has been trending, but you can see how this market has so many weeks. It's so choppy. So if you get in here as a scalper, it will eat you alive. It's not the best you could trade. Now look at GBP CHF. This pair has been consolidating, only God knows since when. So you need to know the pair that you are focusing on, because for instance, I know like currencies like instruments like German 30 DAX. I know this instrument always, almost every single day. Let me put it out for you so that you know which one I'm talking about. Okay? This is one of my favorites. I know this guy, he will always attack buy side liquidity that and sell side liquidity that is based on previous days high or low, or previous sessions highs and lows. If London opens, it will run for liquidity on that is um, on Asians high or Asians low, previous days high and previous days low. I can assure you, if you go back test, you put the day, some indicators that shows trading sessions, you will see that this pair, it always goes for those liquidity pools, always. All right, that's how I understand it. If you look at pairs like like God, this guy will always respect imbalance. It will always be rebalancing. It will respect fair value gaps. I don't trade it, but I understand how it moves. If you trade a fair value gaps, you can backtest on God. You'll see how it respects fair value gaps, right? And when it takes previous days high, like British pound, GBP USD, whenever it takes the previous days high or low, it's going to give a reversal signature and reverse. But when it comes to I'm sorry, when it comes to God, it doesn't behave that way. It doesn't behave that way. And then also God is highly manipulative. It's so if there is any currency that I know that is highly manipulative, it's God. All right, and that's why I don't even touch it. When you talk about Nasdaq and US 30, these pairs will always be trending high with high volume from 9:30 New York time or 4:30 my time. And then for 30 to 1 hour, the first 30 to 1 hour, it will produce a move that is a manipulation, that is a Judas swing before the original move comes. So I understand because I traded Nasdaq, I understand how it behaves. All right, so you need to know your pair, how it moves, and once you understand it, then you will know when it's being manipulated and when it's actually trending and making the intended movements. All right, but overall you have to pick. If you are a day trader, I did speak about swing traders and scalpers. If you are a day trader, I definitely, because you are looking for small movements like between 20 and 50 pips, you know a day, and it doesn't mean you have to catch all those pips every single day. You can catch 50 pips per week, and that is enough for you. Even 20 pips is not really bad. But then as a day trader, I think focusing on 2 to 3 pairs, it's really good. If you cannot find a setup on one pair, you can look for the setup on the other pair. For me at the moment, I'm using GBP USD. I only look at Euro USD uh to look for what is this, like manipulations, like, and SMT, smart money tool or technique, when a high is taken on British pound, but then on the euro dollar it's not taken, then I know something's happening. Otherwise, I open my positions on the British pound dollar. Now, uh, if you are a day trader like myself, you can also decide to look at one pair like myself or multiple pairs. But then make sure that you do not suffer, some analysis paralysis, whereby you keep switching from one pair to the other because you do not because at some point when you are doing the analysis, you're going to be thinking that euro USD is doing better than pound dollar, and once you switch it on euro dollar, you find no setup, you come back to the pound dollar, and then you keep doing that over and over and over and over. So but once you have one pair, you have enough time to analyze it, understand how it moves. Now, if I have the pound dollar, does it mean this is the only pair I'm going to be focusing on? No, it means that if it is trending, because my system works better in the trending markets, if this pair is trending, then I have to focus on that pair. But once this pair gets in, starts consolidating, I'll get rid of this pair and pick another pair that I can focus on that is trending. For instance, if GBPUSD starts consolidating, I can take DAX if it is trending. I can take Euro USD if it's trending. But uh, there is no way I can really have a good focus by getting multiple pairs. All right. So let me summarize this. Are you a swing trader, a day trader, or scalper? If you are a swing trader, get multiple pairs that you're going to be looking for a setup At least if you can get one setup a week or in 2 weeks, that's really good. If you are a scalper, get pairs that have the lowest spreads. I mentioned the GBP USD and the Euro USD. Let me also mention that with the scalpers, you can also trade Nasdaq, because when the New York Stock Exchange opens, it has really tight spreads and it has really good movements. If you are a day trader, you can pick up to 3 pairs. Now, let me also say something here. When I say up to 3 pairs, I'm currently focusing on one. But if you pick 3 pairs, make sure it doesn't have GBP, let's say GBP USD. All 3 pairs should not have USD, on the right side. If you have GBP USD, you can pick also USD JPY. Then you can pick something like Euro JPY. All right. Why? Because if you understand the correlation in the market, it means that if you pick Euro USD and GBP USD, if this one goes down, right, this one will also go down. And most of the things I've noticed that people are doing is that they'll open sales on GBP USD and open sales on Euro USD. But you forget that if one of these is selling, the other one is going to be selling as well. Another option you could do, if you want up to 3 pairs, you can pick GBP USD or Euro USD, then add Nasdaq or US 30 and DAX or Euro JPY. So 3 instruments that are different and that do not correlate to each other, because the GBP USD does not correlate with Nasdaq. Euro USD does not correlate with DAX. You understand what I mean? So this is how you pick a pair to focus on or pairs to focus on. Now, what I'm looking at British pound is what I'm seeing now is that on the weekly, I see this draw on liquidity. Why is it a draw? Because we have imbalance here, price delivered on the one side. We have an order block right here, and that could be a draw on liquidity. Price could be drawn to touch here. All right, and then on the weekly also we have a break in structure. So until this low is taken, I'm still bullish on GBP USD. Now on the daily, I'm sorry, beg your pardon, we are currently in this fair value gap right here. We are inside this fair value gap between this candle and this, that is fair value gap. We have a breaking structure. So what I still believe is that this is a retracement before we continue to the upside. The only time I'm going to confirm that this price has changed the state of delivery is if we take this low. As long as this law is still protected, we are still bullish with GBP USD. And I'm going to be focusing on looking for buys. And if price presents me some short-term sales, I'll also take them. Because if you see, the high time frame market structure is bullish. All right, so this is what I wanted to share with you guys, because I had promised you to do this and I kept forgetting and forgetting, because I have some videos, some video ideas lined up for you that you're going to be enjoying. So I wish you well. Have a perfect trading week ahead of you, and stay disciplined, and stay resilient, and never give up. So until next time, take care.